Hey Scorpio, how are you doing? How's June been treating you? I hope that you're well. Very excited to read for you. Thank you for joining me. So as usual, we are just going to jump right in and we will do 2 readings, starting with sort of a narrative for your month, followed by a quick 5-card reading to get a theme as well as some action steps for you to take to make the most of June 2018. So that said, let's dive right in. Loved ones, guides, anybody in the white light who wants to come in for Scorpio. What does Scorpio need to know, Spirit, for their highest good? For their highest good in the month of June. Month of June 2018. June. What do they need to know, Spirit? What's the story? Who are the characters? What are the influences? Okay, don't worry, Scorpio. I will not keep you in suspense forever. Fun as that may be, I will pin you down in just a second so you can see what I'm looking at. Scorpio, June. What do they need to know, Spirit? What's the story for Scorpio? Scorpio. Wow. Just throwing out cards. Okay. Wow. Pentacles, pentacles, pentacles. Okay. All right, just a couple more, please, Spirit, for Scorpio. Scorpio. Scorpio Sun. Scorpio Moon. Scorpio Rising. What do they need to know, Spirit? Their highest good. Oh, wow. All right. They just flipped the last one right on top, like, okay, you're done. Jeez, tell the story already. Okay, Scorpio. I gotcha, I gotcha, I gotcha. Spirit's like, there's nothing more dangerous than, you know, leaving a Scorpio waiting and wondering. It's a terrible idea. Don't sting me. I'm right about to tell you. This month has a lot of action. A lot of invitations, a lot of, there's a definite, like, the cycle has changed. You ended a cycle. It feels like perhaps some of you ended it. I keep doing this because it's the Wheel of Fortune. Like you've turned. The wheel has turned. The worm has turned. You put something to an end that really needed to be ended. Many of you. And now you've begun a new cycle. And it's a wonderful thing because they're giving me the sense that, like, I learned a lot from what I just went through, and I'm going to take this knowledge forward with me on the next part of the ride. And the Wheel of Fortune, it's kind of like, you know, maybe you're at the carnival or in the amusement park, and you don't really, like, you can't see everything, but you're like, hey, you know, the Ferris wheel looks like fun, and then you get on, and once you complete that, you know, you get halfway up the resolution, you're at the top of the wheel and you can like look around and see everything at the park and go, oh my god, okay, I want to get on that ride and I meant to go over there. I definitely need to get in line for that. So you can see things in a new way this month. That's what they're telling me with that weird, like, Spirit speaks in symbols and imagery. And what they're saying is there's a lot more growth now possible because you've reached this new height. You've put something to an end, to death. Your card. I don't have to give you the same warning of don't be scared, right, Scorpio? Because this is you, and you're not afraid of the dark. You're not afraid of the stuff that isn't all sunshine and rainbows. But that said, you do have a lot of sunshine and rainbows in this reading. Literally. I'm throwing it off the table, but rainbows. I know. Okay. Something that you lost, in fact, 2 things that you've lost will be more than replenished this month. That's what they're telling me. And it feels like, when I say 2 things, the differentiation feels like money / like professional resources versus emotional. So maybe I didn't make the money I thought I would last month and I make it this month. Or like somebody appeared to be maybe not going to pay you back or something, and then here it comes. Like, it feels like karma. And it feels like it is in your favor. And believe me, if you had like some tower and stuff like that, Scorpio, I would have no problem telling you that like this doesn't look good. I see a little bit of struggle, but it's like I said, I see things being replenished. Like, you know what, I should just pan you down and show you your cards, okay? So you can see what I'm talking about too, and you're an intuitive soul yourself, Scorpio, so please, as always, draw your own conclusions, and I would always, always, always be curious to hear your insights or your questions in the comments. Like if something is resonating with you and you want to tell me how it is working for you, I would love to hear that. Okay. So you can see this is pretty fantastic. Like you don't have to be a tarot reader to see cards like this and go, that looks pretty good. Like that looks clear, that looks animated and colorful. Versus you do have a couple of fives here. And the fives in the tarot are conflict. You know, a 4 is nice and stable. A 5, things start to get thrown off. You know what I mean? Like 5 is a lot for one person to handle, and 5s tend to bring a little bit of upset. But what I want to point out is that in both instances, these cards of lack are followed immediately or preceded immediately by cards of the same suit that are replacing what was lost. Like 5 of Wands followed by, 5 of Pentacles followed by 6 of Pentacles. This is struggling and I don't have enough, and then up comes, oh, here you go, did you need this? Were you asking for this? Because I can give it to you. And here's what they're saying, Scorpio. You're a fixed sign. You're a very proud soul. You work hard. You care. You know what I mean? Like you care about your output. But sometimes, because of how proud you are, it can be hard for you to ask for help, or to say out loud, I'm struggling, or to say, like, I'm going to need more money in order to do that. And some of you do have that kind of attitude. You know what I mean? Of, yeah, I will definitely. Scorpios are a strong sign. I know that some of you will have no problem saying, I need a raise. Well, if you want me to take on that new skill or that new job, like, or aspect of the job, then I'm going to need this much more money. The thing is, Scorpio, that these are general readings, and because it's not one-on-one, I'm hearing about both kinds of Scorpios. Like, Spirit gives me a lot of messages, and for some of you, they're telling you, can you step up and acknowledge that you need more, first to yourself, and then, you know, kind of to the universe, and then to maybe your boss, or whatever. Like, it feels like you need to open yourself up to the receiving. You sure do have a lot of good stuff going for you. Opportunity, the cycle is changing. Like I said, I feel like a lot of you have put an end to something that was really draining. And maybe those of you who haven't yet, this could be your signal and your sign for if there's something that has made you feel just continually disappointed and like it's been a struggle the whole freaking way, it might benefit you to go ahead and realize that, like, let it die a natural death. Sometimes, you know, especially again, I'm going to come back to the fact that you're a fixed sign, Scorpio, and that means you can be either cardinal or mutable or fixed of the signs. And it's like you and Taurus and Aquarius, like you guys are the fixed signs. You dig your heels in. You're stubborn. For better and for worse. Like you are also incredibly tenacious and loyal and dedicated. But sometimes it can be to a fault. Sometimes you can be dedicated to someone who is continually leaving you feeling disappointed. And that is what they're saying for some of you. So for those of you who haven't put something or a couple of things to an end that maybe you can tell have died or are on their way to that, if you let them die a natural death, Spirit is really assuring you that it will be replaced. And for those of you that have already made the break or the cut or left the job, congratulations. It all looks really good. Like, it all looks really good. King of Pentacles, 8 of Pentacles. Don't have to be a tarot reader to see the dude sitting on a big pile of gold with a crown on and think that either things are going to be going really well with your finances, or you're at the very least going to be nice and comfortable and feeling very accomplished, which are both great things. And Scorpio, you know, yours is the house of other people's money, shared income, shared resources. When we encounter a court card in a reading, and a court card is a person, you know what I mean, as opposed to like Eight of Pentacles or Two of Cups or, you know, the Wheel of Fortune. These are like things, these are archetypes, these are actions. The kings and queens and pages, those are people. So who is the King of the King of Pentacles in your life, Scorpio? Who is the person who you see as powerful, steady, if not rich or like wealthy or whatever? They take care of their money and their resources extremely well. Like they have their savings, they have their emergency fund in place, they have control over that particular domain. When we encounter a court card in the reading and in life, it is because they are here to evoke those qualities in us. So, Scorpio, somebody is in your life to show you what a boss you can be. Somebody in your life is helping you think about how to handle your money in a way that is more beneficial. And if not just your money, your resources. Like, oh, hey, you need help building that website? Or, oh, hey, well, if you don't know how to do this one part of the job, I can show you. The King of Pentacles followed by the Eight of Pentacles tells me there's a master and apprentice kind of situation here. And this apprentice is very close to becoming a master. So there is somebody that maybe is a mentor to you, whether formally or not. I feel like this person is extremely beneficial, and they are actually leading those of you who haven't made that beneficial decision, that beneficial like kind of severing and ending of a chapter. They're leading those of you who haven't made that decision toward a new opportunity. So it's like if you haven't had maybe the strength before now to change things, they're going to present you with something that is like, wow, this is a tempting enough offer that maybe I could make a big change. The Ace of Pentacles is a golden opportunity. Not to be confused with the silver platter. This is not just something that is dropped in front of you like ready-made and here you go. This is like a business that you build, or a project that you start, or a new job that you take that it's like, well, you'll get out of it what you put into it. You know what I mean? Invest in this, Scorpio. What is it for you? Is it a business idea? Is it a service that you do, or a product that you create, or even just like they said, a new job or like a promotion? Capitalize, money, right? Capital. Capitalize on this. You have gained a lot of skills through the struggle that you've been through, Scorpio, and that's kind of your thing. Like, you guys in the spiritual world or whatever, before you came down here, you guys agreed that you were going to be the kind of force of nature type personality. Like, I'm going down there to change some shit. I'm going down there to transform people and things and change the world and grow through incredible struggle. Like, I will show other people how to transform. I will lead by example. I will be the sign of transformation and power and sex and death. Like, all of those transformative alchemical things in our life, okay? You must never underestimate your power, Scorpio. Even when you feel beaten up and bruised and tired from everything that you've been through, Spirit wants you to know this is the face of a winner. This is the face of the person who actually got to walk off the battlefield. You know what I'm saying? Like, there are other people around you ain't so lucky. And every fight and struggle and battle that you've been through, you have collected the weapons of your enemies and assailants and obstacles like trophies. I learned all of this. I collected all of this wisdom, this passion, this knowledge, this understanding. I'm a little tired, but I've also proven to myself what I'm capable of. I feel like close the door and walk in through the new one with an open heart, open eyes. The Wheel of Fortune, Death, and the Fool. The Fool who is actually walking out of a literal doorway, out of the dark, into the light, opening his eyes, opening his arms, you know. And this is part of what makes you great, Scorpio, is what the Fool has. The Fool, like you, is a master of transformation. Life is, I'm about to cliche you, okay, but bear with me. Life is like a roller coaster, Scorpio, in the sense that we can get on the ride and we can grab the bar with white knuckles and hold as tight as possible and shut our eyes and scream through every up and every down and beg to get off and beg for the ride to end the whole time because it's scary and we don't know what's coming. Or we can be like the Fool and get on the roller coaster and throw our arms in the air, throw our eyes and our hearts open and scream, yes, just as voraciously through every up and every down. But when we're going down, we're not wishing that we were going up. And when we're going up, we're not wishing that we were going down. We're just taking the fucking ride. Because it's that resistance and that like, you know when I said you're a fixed sign and sometimes you dig your heels in, like for better and for worse? The for worse is that if you're digging your heels in, Spirit is showing me rope burns. Like, you know what I mean? Like somebody, like when you're trying to hold on really hard to something and it's like, ow! Like, sometimes it's better to let go. Let go. Don't be afraid. Like, and I know you have a lot of courage, Scorpio, so please don't come at me hard in the comments. I know you are strong. But I am saying that there is something in the wild unknown that is calling to you, and I would pursue it if I were you. And this is coming from somebody with a hefty number of planets of Scorpio in her chart, so just saying, I might know your struggle. Okay. Now, we're going to move into your Fiercely Focused spread, where, like I said, we're going to pull an archetype or a theme for you to embody or be aware of this month. Wow, and they just went right for it. Okay. Followed by some action steps that Spirit wants you to take. But, since they're so ready, oh, actually, I want to look at you for this last part, Scorpio. Hey, pardon my face. Okay, can you see me? You can see me. Okay. And can you see this lovely person? Temperance, balance, moderation. Whew, okay. Spirit is giving me the word alchemy. In the steps of alchemy, Scorpio, there is a stage in which everything dissolves. And, you know, all of the elements that, you know, whether you want to use the example of, yes, people once thought that maybe they could actually turn lead into gold, but we're not talking about that. We're talking about the symbolism of that as used by, like, magicians. Actual alchemists of like, okay, I'm going to take whatever shit energy that I have in me right now and I'm going to channel it into something else and create something with this. You know what I mean? I'm going to put this somewhere useful and do something with it. So what Spirit is saying is in the steps of alchemy, there is a point in the spell or the steps where everything is reduced. And if somebody, you know, the uninitiated or someone with an untrained eye might come along and go, wow, what a mess you've made. Like, ooh, what is that? And you may feel at times that when you look around at your life, other people might go, God, what a mess you've made. And Spirit is like shaking their head and smiling and being like, no, Scorpio is just an alchemist. And Scorpio knows that things have to be sort of reduced and reduced and reduced. And then there's a stage after that reduction, after the dissolution, where everything reconstitutes and it becomes something entirely new. The breakdown before the breakthrough, right? And Temperance is saying this can be way easier than sometimes you make it for yourself, Scorpio. Temperance is nice and calm. It's flow, it's magic, and it's like when you go with the flow, you see the crown hovering over the path. Temperance is saying, like, life is not a puzzle to be solved. Like, you're creating all of the results that you have right now. The good, the bad, the ugly. That's not victim blaming. That's not like to tell you, like, well, if you don't like something, like, you're responsible for it. It's to say, can you take authority? Can you say, like, well, if I don't like that, then I'm going to change it. And I don't have to, like, beat my head against a wall or scream at somebody or rip my life apart in order to change it. I can just start thinking about how things could be different. What have I learned? Like, what has this taught me? What is this in the present moment? This thing that is bothering me, what is it teaching me? What is the lesson? Like, think creatively, Scorpio. You're the sign of transformation. How can you transform the elements that you're handed? How can you transform lead into gold? That's what you're doing this month. And for those of you who, because again, Spirit keeps coming through that like some of you have made this decision and others of you are still in the process. For those of you that have made the decision already, Temperance is saying, oh, things are going to be so much easier now. Like, you went with the flow. You are now in the flow. Trust it to keep delivering to you like the things that you need, as it always will. And sometimes the things that we need are challenges and obstacles, but sometimes, especially for those of you, again, who have already made this choice and moved along, it feels like it's not challenges and obstacles. It feels like it's easier. And for those of you who maybe haven't made it yet, please take those obstacles and challenges that come along as like pieces of information rather than this sucks and my life sucks and this is really hard and this just, I don't like this. You actually have really wonderful cards. I'm just saying that they want you to know that those things that come along that are friction, that are like sandpaper, that shit is there to polish you. That shit is there to shape you. There is no friction, like no traction without friction. Like, if you were just slip sliding along through life with no obstacles and nothing in the way, what would you learn? Nothing. You're here to learn your power. That's what they're saying. All right. Spirit getting deep. All right, let's look at your money, finances, work. What action step does Spirit want to give you for the month of June? All right, they just threw that out, and you can't make this shit up. Same card, different deck, Ace of Pentacles. So Spirit is doubling down on the fact that there's a big, feels financial, like a big financial opportunity coming to you. I just want you to notice the lovely imagery here of, in the background, you can see like, it's so fertile and there's a gateway. This is an opportunity that is creating a gateway. And I also see gateway when I see, like I said in the reading before, Death, Wheel of Fortune, the Fool. These are all gateways. Walk through, take this, take it. That's how I feel, my God. New job, new opportunity, new option, promotion. You've got something, Scorpio. What is it? You tell me. Comment. Okay. So now let's look at what's going on in the mental realm for you, Scorpio. What's going through your head? What are you hearing? What are you saying? What kind of debates or discussions or conflicts or opportunities are presenting themselves when it comes to your mind, the realm of the mind for Scorpio in June 2018? Okay. Woo! Strong personality. Is this you, Scorpio? Tell the truth. Okay. Haha, that's kind of funny. That was unintentional, but the King of Swords is a truth teller. The King of Swords is the king of the mental realm, the like top of his game, the master of words, communications, cutting through the bullshit, which is why I feel, Scorpio, this is definitely like, you're a water sign, but I feel Scorpio energy from this Knight of Swords. But like I said about the Knight of Pentacles in your previous reading, when you encounter a court card in a reading and in life, it's because that part of you is being called forth. So there may be somebody around you who you consider to be extremely intelligent, extremely strategic. They kind of have a King Solomon kind of energy to them of you know, and I'm just going to say it really quick just for those of you who don't know, the story of King Solomon in the Bible is that two women come to, you know, the King Solomon, and both of them are saying, this is my baby, this is my baby, she's stolen my baby, she's trying to take my baby. And the king is listening to both their stories. They're both pretty compelling, like, not sure who is really telling the truth here. And so he says, okay, so I think what I've decided is that we'll just cut the baby in half, and one of, you know, you'll each get half of it, and it's fine. And one woman, you know, throws herself at his feet and is just sobbing and like, no, give it to her. I don't care. Just please don't hurt my baby. And so king gives her the baby, you know? The King of Swords gets to, I'm going to make so many points by so many puns by accident, I was going to say. The King of Swords makes his point very clearly and sharply. Sorry, I can't help it. It's not on purpose. Sometimes it's on purpose, but I'll admit it when it's on purpose. But the King of Swords, like, basically suffers no bullshit. No time. No time. Why would I dally? Why would I entertain bullshit? Like, what is the truth? Black and white. It's this or it's that. It's that. This person has a good head for strategy, and this person can probably help you if you have questions about things going on in your life, and you really do feel like I'm too close to this to get it, or I'm confused and I'm not sure what to do. Go to your King of Swords, whoever that is for you. For some of you, this may even be like a professional person, like a lawyer, a doctor. That's what they're giving me, is somebody who's kind of high up, who is like, this person has the intellectual, like the prowess and the knowledge and even like the education to give you the input that you need, okay? So if you're seeking like a professional authority or assistance, I would say go for it. Like, let this be your sign, because that's what they're telling me. Okay. So now let's look at your heart. Let's look at your element, the water element. What's going on in your relationships? Spirit might want to highlight romance. They might want to highlight friends. What part of your emotional life, Spirit, does Scorpio need to know about in June 2018? Wow. Okay. I threw out 2, so you get a bonus card. It's a pretty sweet little set here. And you had the 2 of Cups in your previous reading, so how many of you are either starting a new relationship, or you are maybe even like getting engaged or taking something to the next level? When I see the 2 of Cups and the Knight of Cups, it's either you are being approached anew, or you are being approached to take things up a level. Like, this is really romantic, this is really sweet. The Knight of Cups is like prince or princess on a white horse who is just like, here's my heart, I really like you. Like, it's very innocent. And both of these cards are cards of innocence, like open-heartedness and just like, let's see. Like, it's just the beginning, Scorpio, but it's a very sweet beginning. And for those of you like that are already in a relationship, like I said, this could be like, whoa, are we getting engaged? Are we moving in together? Like, it feels like something is an offer is being made. Do you want to move up here? Like, woof, like that kind of thing. It's really sweet. Okay. You'll have to tell me. I want to know. All right. But finally, let's look at what's lighting you up, what's firing you up, what's charging you up, what's going on in the creative, energetic, spiritual realm for Scorpio in the month of June. Beautiful. Goodness. 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 Ace of Pentacles, now the Ace of Wands. Like, how many aces? How many aces do you want, Scorpio? Jeez. Okay, Ace of Wands is incredible inspiration. You have a brilliant idea. Perhaps even a brilliant idea that can start to make you some money. It is, again, just the beginning, but June seems to be a month of new beginnings, like, for Scorpio. Who knows? Like, it just appears to be what's going on. You have the support, you have the opportunities. Now it's just a matter of making your magic, doing your alchemy, taking the opportunities that present themselves rather than sticking with maybe where you've been before. I feel like blaze a trail, Scorpio. Like, you're a fixed sign, but this month there's a lot of magic in opening yourself up to new things and doing things in a new way. Okay, yay! I'm excited for you, Scorpio. Again, please let me know, like, if you have stories to share or questions. I would love to hear from you in the comments. Or if you ever want to get a personal reading with me, that info is linked below. And thirdly, if you should ever want to learn how to read tarot cards or learn how to do astrology or practical magic, I have just opened a magic school, and that is linked below too. So I hope that I see you either there, here, somewhere. If not before July, then I hope I see you in July's Taroscope. Bye, Scorpio.